Good afternoon. My name is Margaret Bush. I'm one of the wound care nurses in this hospital. The title of my speech today is Wet to Dry Wound Dressing Change. And the specific purpose of my speech today is the importance of BID change of the wet to dry wound dressing. After this speech, nurses in this hall will have the basic concept of why it is important for the wet to dry dressing to be changed at least every shift. Do not ignore the date and time of the last wound dressing change. Change the dressing at least once during your shift. If you're not sure, please check the physician's orders, which will always indicate that the wound dressing has to be changed 2 times a day, that is BID. The primary purpose of the wet to dry dressing is to mechanically debride a wound. The moistened contact layer increases the absorptive ability of the dressing to collect exudate and debris from the wound base. This is as per Ovington 2001A. As the dressing dries, it adheres to the wound base and to the wound tissue, and then it collects this slough as it is removed from the wound at the time of wound dressing change. Hence the importance of changing the dressing 2 times a day, that is before the dressing gets completely dry, so that it can remove the slough, the debris, the necrosis on the wound base. One must also take care not to apply a dressing too wet, that it remains wet continuously, as it may cause tissue injury and maceration and bacterial growth. Dry gauze should be applied on top of the wet gauze. For effective debridement and enhanced wound healing, this dressing should be changed every 12 hours. The wet gauze should not be allowed to dry on the wound base, as it would defeat the purpose of it removing the debris from the wound base. This is as per Nelson and Dilloway 2002. Now, let us look at the principles of packing a wound. The first thing we do is moisten the material with normal saline. That's a basic concept of wet. If you're using gauze, fluff the gauze before packing it into the wound. Loosely pack the wound. Do not compact. Loosely. The packing material should not drag or touch the surrounding wound tissue before it's put into the wound base. What does that mean? It should not touch the surrounding tissue or drag. What we are talking about here is infection. We have cleaned the surrounding tissue. After cleaning the surrounding tissue, you assume it's clean, free from bacteria and germs. So let us not drag into the wound base. When we are dragging into the wound base, it means we are dragging bacteria into the base. Fill all the wound dead space with the packing material. Pack the wound until you reach the wound surface. Never pack the wound higher than the wound surface. I hope that makes sense to us today as to why we should change the wet to dry wound dressing twice a day. That is every shift. Thank you.